I just played Human Expenditure Program, the sequel to Blood Money. Now, if you're not familiar, Blood Money was a horror clicker game, which I had mixed feelings about. Overall, I still thought it was a pretty good experience. It's short, it's free, but I definitely felt there was some little areas that I just wasn't quite getting. Namely, the actual writing for Harvey. Harvey, in my opinion, was a little bit mixed, where he was, begging for his life one moment and then being like, oh, you don't care about me, I'm just lines on a screen. Well, Human Expenditure Program attempts to actually develop Harvey as a character and actually explain some of this stuff. In it, we learn that Harvey's wife, Yumi, ends up putting him into this simulation. Why? Well, to exploit Harvey and make a quick buck. It turns out that blood money and the money that you raise in the game is essentially going to a crypto wallet. Okay, it's a very silly story, I'm not gonna lie. But it helps at least explain a little bit more about the previous game. Harvey is panicked because, of course, he's figured out his wife, Yumi, and his kid, Toby. But at the same time, he also is very aware that now he is just a program. Truthfully, I think they did the balance a lot better in this game, though, because he doesn't just blather on about how he's lines on a screen. He's, worried about how everything feels real, how he doesn't understand what's going on because Yumi isn't being honest with him, and how he just wants to get out of the simulation and back to his real life. Eventually, he realises what's going on, how the dreams, quote-unquote, that he's having of blood money is actually happening to him, and he realises what Yumi's playing at, and safe to say, he's not happy about it. Can't say I blame him. And in the true ending of the game, he ends up deciding that the only way to deal with this is to delete himself entirely, essentially committing, well, I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, but also leaving a notice to all of the players about what had happened to him, so that anyone playing Blood Money would know what Yumi had done. And they actually do leave an audio file in the game files in Human Expenditure Program, which I thought was a pretty nice touch. So you actually get to hear what all the players were finding out as Yumi's world crashes around her.
If you're listening to this, I'm already dead. Joy Yumi is a monster. She's been keeping me inside a program, abusing me, gaslighting me. She betrayed me. She stole everything from me. My son, my life, my happiness. You can't let her get away with this. Please. This is my final message to the world. Goodbye.
In fact, as the game goes on, Yumi seems to be torn because I don't know if she can reverse what she's done, and she seems to feel guilty for the awful things she's done to Harvey. Harvey is suffering like in a ridiculous amount just for some quick cash. All because Yumi was being selfish. It's a short story. I should point out that playing the game will take you about 20 minutes. It's a very short experience. So the fact that I've been able to talk about the gameplay for nearly 4 minutes now is pretty darn nice, honestly. There's only 2 real game endings in this. There's that one, and then there's the dead ending where you don't take care of Harvey, because in one of the gameplay modes, there are 2 meters that you have to take care of, his food and his happiness. And if you don't take care of those, then Harvey just straight up dies. You can take care of these meters by giving Harvey some food. There are several options, though. Eventually, once you start reaching the end of the week, it doesn't really matter as much because Harvey ends up realizing what's going on anyway, and you'll get the true ending, so it all seems a bit hopeless. But the way to increase his mood is by playing a series of mini games. There's a memory matching mini game. There's a Whack a Harvey game, which I'm surprised he doesn't see anything weird right then and there. Love, why are you bloodily mutilating tiny versions of me? This seems a bit weird. Can I get out of the simulation now? And a whole bunch of others. Stuff like the baseball game I felt didn't really work too well. But I did like the one where Harvey has to do these sick reps, because it says to click the mouse or press the enter button, but I found you do a lot better if you just mash both. But one thing to note is at like day 5 or 6, you actually get access to a Save Harvey game. And I thought, okay, brilliant. This is a chance to get a good ending where we somehow save Harvey. I tried countless times to get this minigame won. Then I checked on the comments of the game on itch.io, and the common consensus is that actually it's not possible. It turns out that the Save Harvey minigame is straight up impossible, which is really annoying. I'm so disappointed about that, because I was really hoping to somehow be able to extract a good ending out of this, but I get it. How the hell would you make a good ending out of this scenario anyway? Harvey gets saved and Yoonmi's evil doings is kept under wraps? I guess that wouldn't make for a very satisfying ending, would it? In terms of the art, I have to say it's an overall improvement. I thought the art from the previous game was quite nice, but I think that this one was better across the board. The voice acting as well has actually taken a step up as well. I feel like I can actually believe a lot more when Harvey is in absolute agony and despair, when he's furious at the betrayal. I feel like I could really feel that in the delivery so much more than last time, where before I felt like the writing was kind of not quite working in tandem with the performance. I felt like this time it just flowed a lot better. Honestly, I'm shocked that the game was as short as it was, because it did feel like this game could have, if it wanted to, gone on longer. Not that I'm complaining, I actually do appreciate that the story knew exactly what it wanted to tell and didn't try to elongate itself beyond what was necessary. But yeah, do I recommend checking this game out? Absolutely. Like I said, if you've got like 20 minutes free time, you can get this game for absolutely nothing. Play the game and, just spend a bit of time getting a bit of backstory on the Blood Money clicker game and Harvey Harvington. So yeah, this gets an absolute recommendation from me. And again, I think it's better than its predecessor, Blood Money. Personally, I just think it's a little bit more in-depth, a little bit more detailed, and a little bit more polished than its predecessor. So, I hope to see the next great game from Shroomy Christ.